Hello, I'm Helen Thane and this is Buckingham News. It was recently announced by the Home Office that Tier 4 students will face stricter attendance monitoring. Meg Pettit went to find out what that means for Buckingham students.
Buckingham University is an institution which embraces diversity.
Nearly half of students who attend Buckingham University are international students. International students have to apply for a Tier 4 visa, which permits them to stay for the duration of their studies.
We spoke to James Baker, Buckingham's Visa Compliance Officer, to find out more.
As the immigration issue has become a bigger and bigger issue politically, the rules have got tighter and tighter and tighter. And unfortunately, not that we want to, we have to respond to what the UKBA want. Now they've changed it to say that if you miss 10 interactions, you must stop sponsoring the student unless they have a very, very good reason. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it, so we are doing everything we can to inform the student about this in advance so we don't have a I didn't know after they missed 3 weeks.
We spoke to some international students here at Buckingham University to see what they thought about the new changes to the visa system.
It's just a matter of us attending classes, and that's what we're here for. That's what the purpose of us attending the university, or to attend classes.
I think the regulations are rather strict because they're only applicable to us with visas, which means that the home students have an advantage, which I obviously can't complain about because I am an international student and I'm not saying that they shouldn't have an advantage, but they already don't pay as much fees as we do.
So I understand what they're trying to do by, tightening up on students going to class and whatnot. But I think that it provides an additional stress to students. The strict scrutiny that we're looked at in terms of missing courses or taking a sick day or even waking up late for class, it would literally possibly end our educational career and send us packing back home.
Most of the students here at Buckingham are eager to turn up to lectures and tutorials. However, if you do ever have an issue, go and talk to the visa officers at the registry. This is Meg Pettit, Buckingham News.
Local children can enjoy the summer sunshine in Bourton Park, which just finished construction this summer. Dina Bybossanova has the report.
As the summer holidays are getting underway, with hundreds of children in Buckingham having nothing to do, the new park has been commissioned in Bourton Park and designed by Russell Play for the children of ages 8 to 16.
The park was designed to blend in with the landscape and surrounding trees, using timber for the equipment due to its natural appearance. We asked the representative of Buckingham Town Council, Mike Smith, to find out why did they decide to create this project.
Well, there was a playground here already. It's been here for a number of years, and it had got into a fairly sad state. It needed a lot of money spent on it, and it's very often it's better to modernise as you do it. And so we got together a plan. We consulted with the local schools and youngsters onto the sort of equipment that they wanted. But we did get some funding from REN, which is the waste renewable recycling thing. So recycled goods goes into a fund and you can bid for money.
We also asked some parents about what in particular they like in this park.
We just love it because of the new equipment that's been put in. It's really child friendly and it's different to the other parks sort of in the Aylesbury Vale area.
There's lots of open space for all of them. I've got 3 children, they're 10, 8 and 5, and there's lots of variety of things that they can go on. They can all come and enjoy it together.
Hopefully, the kids in Buckingham will have a fantastic time this summer enjoying their new park. This is Dina Bybossanova for Buckingham News.
If you want to gain an advantage in the working world, maybe you should rethink how you present yourself. Karima Rizeva talked to Laurel Herman about the importance of good charisma.
This week, the University Business School welcomes guest speaker Laura Herman, who approximately 20 years ago opened the image consultancy called Positive Presence.
Every day, people are judged on how they look, how they sound, and how they behave. In the business world, especially.
And the thing you need is called executive presence. It's high impact. It's the critical ingredient that will give you and your organizations the competitive edge.
Why is presentations and presence is so important?
Presentation is part of presence. You're presenting yourself.
Right? So presentation is just part of that. How you present yourself. It's also for you to judge presentation, how others are interpreting the presentation. That's really what we're saying here.
When did you realize that the presence is important to get ahead in the world?
I think that innately it just came about. I think what happened was that when I started Positive Presence, if you remember I said that I only was talking about appearance because that's all I was allowed to at that point, I realised myself that it was so much more, and I could articulate it because it had been welling up in me for many years, and it just all came out.
Judging a book by its cover is frowned upon thing, but you have to be prepared for the people who do. This was Karima Rizeva for Buckingham News.
In other news, Annie Margie, one of the SU executive members that Buckingham News revealed last week to have potentially conflicting outside interests, has officially resigned from her union post. Another executive member, Justin Giannati, remains in post after severing links with BUX at the request of the university authorities.
I definitely think he's made the right decision to focus his efforts on the student union exec and to stop his activities with BUX.
Buckingham is in the process of renewing the town's fair trade status, which it has held since 2007. The fair trade status assures that shops aid in eliminating the injustice of conventional trade that discriminates against the poorest producers.
Fair trade has stood up really well in the last few years. There's still a very strong commitment amongst the public to understand where things come from.
Buckingham Town Council have approved plans for a new Asda supermarket on the edge of town. The store, which is expected to open early next year, will create 160 new jobs and provide some healthy competition for Tesco, as the two companies seek to attract customers. BATS hosted a public speaking seminar this week to help students improve on workplace skills. Jessica McAndrew has the report.
Do you, like so many people out there, have problems with public speaking? Fear not, as BATS Society is here to help you conquer your fear with a special guest lecture from Caroline Kilpatrick.
What do you feel is holding you back from public speaking?
Have you ever had issues with public speaking?
Yes, I have. I used to be very, very shy, and actually, weirdly, public speaking was less terrifying than one-on-one speaking. I think because you can kind of forget that your audience are real people, which is not a good thing, but it does make it easier.
Why did you decide to specialise in public speaking?
It's not just actors that need help vocally, it's lots of people. So that's why I do it now.
Okay.
I think when it was in your head, you were quite less kind of like, but when it was...
Why did you decide to arrange this class?
And to be completely honest, I mean, as well, most schools, like really, really, really good schools, offer these kinds of programs. And I think that Buckingham should be considered a really, really good school, so why not?
How has feedback been so far?
And the feedback's been pretty great. But, you know, everybody's saying they'd like to do it again. There's some people that are like, wow, this is really interesting and it's different. So it's been great.
So, if you missed out on today's special class, don't worry. Alexis Silvaro, the president of the BATS Society, seems more than keen to run the course again in the near future. This is Jessica McAndrew reporting for the Buckingham News.
Now over to sports with a sim.
Thank you, Helen. Following students expressing their desire to take part in water sports while at university, we sent reporter Alex Biddle to get in on the action.
We're at Wake MK, where the university are currently in talks with the company about organising trips and deals for students. I thought I'd come down with fellow student Sam Leonard to see what it was about. Following the start of the Wakeboarding Society at the university, Wake MK has been in talks with the sports office at the university to discuss the possibility of deals for students who wish to take part in water sports. Wake MK is one of the UK's largest cable wakeboard and water ski centres, with thousands visiting the site each year. Having never done the sport, I jumped at the opportunity to take part, and well, I didn't do too well. But with the help of the staff, I soon got the hang of things and started to see why everybody loves the sport, whether you're a beginner or an expert. Sam Leonard, a student at the university and an experienced wakeboarder, told us what got him into wakeboarding.
I was 19 when I first started. My brother used to wakeboard, and he kind of got me into it, and ever since then I've just loved riding.
I also asked Sam about the possibility of wakeboarding for other students.
I really want to push wakeboarding at the university because it's a great way to meet new people. The physical side of it, it's a great workout, and also people at university really just want to do some water sports.
I also asked Mark Robinson, staff member at Wakeham K, about the possibility of deals for students.
Well, yeah, we've got a thriving sort of student population developing around this area. So, of course, more students we can get involved in the sport as well and actually progress the sport, develop the sport. It's a great vehicle to do that because they usually come as groups. And, of course, with that comes a little bit of encouragement, banter, as well as that, a little bit of competitive nature as well. And, of course, the all-important bragging rights at the end of it.
What a great experience, and by the looks of things, the Wakeboarding Society has a great future at the university. This is Alex Biddle, Buckingham News.
More students at the university are taking part in hockey, and due to their interest in this sport, the hockey team travelled to their very first tournament. Rebecca Burkett has the story.
On Friday, the university's hockey team travelled to Huddersfield to take part in the Huddersfield Hockey Happiness. The team had not played a competitive fixture before, facing universities and hockey clubs from across the UK, coming up against some teams that have been together for over 10 years. The university's team had a mixture of experienced players and beginners to the sport, including guest goalkeeper Ian. All teams camped for the weekend on the field next to the hockey pitches, with events for the competitors such as pizza eating and fancy dress competitions. The University of Buckingham came 4th out of 24 teams, with an unbeaten run ending in the semi-finals of the competition with a 5-0 loss against the University of Manchester. The laid-back nature of the competition, paired with a good standard of hockey, resulted in a positive experience for all. I spoke to Alex Biddle of the University of Buckingham.
Yeah, the tour was brilliant. It brought a lot of students that were from different friendship groups together and also got to play a lot of hockey, which was an upside. Finishing 4th out of 24 teams was brilliant, seeing as we haven't really played as a team before. We've gone to training sessions but never really played anything competitive. It was a good experience and I'd love to do it next year.
With more students taking part in the sport, the University of Buckingham's hockey team will surely flourish over the coming term. This is Rebecca Burkett from Buckingham News.
Back to you in the studio.
Big purple erections are nothing new at Buckingham, but not on Bellows Lawn. Wednesday saw the testing of an inflatable party venue that could solve the university's need for a bigger social space. Annie Lynn reports.
With a capacity of up to 200 people and taking just 20 minutes to inflate at £750 a day is a fraction of the cost of renovating the cellars of the Shandals Row building or Venue Park.
I think it will attract a lot more students and it looks really cozy inside.
I'm coming out just because I saw this. I didn't know what it was until you told me, but I'm coming out just to party in there.
Especially for freshers, it would be great when they come in and have this on the grass.
The makers say the hard-wearing 8.5 meter high and 20 meter in diameter plastic construction keeps in the heat and the noise, but after further consultations, it appears that will not be the case.
We decided we'd look at an inflatable temporary building as a potential solution for some space problems we have. We hoped we might be able to use it for a student party venue at some time. The problem is it's not soundproof. However, I think everybody who saw it agrees it's a fantastic piece of kit. It's certainly not been ruled out having a dedicated party venue, but to have somewhere, I would be very keen that we have somewhere that's bigger than the Town Hall Mill.
Not the solution to the party space problem because of the noise, but a real alternative to usual venues. Expect to see the giant purple people seater back here before long. Annie Lim, Buckingham News.
Thank you for watching. See you soon.